Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name's Cody. Time to start uncovering this beast. As you saw in the teaser video, many of you have probably guessed what this plane is, but if you haven't, I'll keep you guessing. I got a little bit of the way uncovered on this side, but I'm still in my work clothes. I'm gonna go in and change because this is freaking messy. All right, everybody. That was an ordeal. A little bit of a mess in here, but it's where I had the room. Totally unwrapped. That's fiberglass, and that's going to get repainted in a really awesome way. You guys will have to wait to see that, but yeah, all the fabric is off, other than a couple areas where I have to get in there. So, for those of you wondering, this is a Blue Yonder Easy Flyer, or at least the fuselage of it. The wings and engine have gone to another project in Quebec, along with the tires, brakes, and wheels. But I've got the tail section in the back corner, as you saw in the teaser video. But other than that, yeah, it looks pretty nifty. It's all gonna change. All this purple, lose my camera here. All this purple is gonna be black, and like a satin black. You guys are gonna have to wait to see what it's gonna end up looking like, because it's gonna be completely different. But my friend reached out to me and he was like, hey, I have this carcass of an airframe. It's going to the dump unless you can do something with it. I was like, yeah, okay. So he brought it by. I started inspecting it. It was in a very bad landing, and the gear leg was bent and everything like that, which now has been fixed. So that's all good. And I'll show you guys in a minute. But you can kind of see down here already. This is where that bad landing happened. You see that longeron there? It do not be like the other one. It's bent. So I've got a 2-ton jack winch thing. I'm gonna tie one end, or tie this to a tree. Hook on here somewhere, probably actually to the gear leg mount here, and pull until she's straight. But you can see that this has been patched, probably because it needed some bracing after the accident. So that has been changed. So I'm probably gonna end up just cutting it here in the corner, cutting it down here, putting a new piece in once it's all bent back to place. But other than that, the airframe seems to be pretty straight. And like I said, the wings and engine are now going to another project out east in Quebec. So that's that. But this is going to be fun for me because I can keep my hardware plane build alive and build myself some new wings. And you guys will see the wing design here in a little bit as I start designing the wings. But I'm going to focus on the fuselage. I got the gear leg all bent back to where it's supposed to be, and my friend who gave me the airframe, he has a very nice set of, I think they're 29-inch Goodyear. I'm losing power here just a second. There we go. Goodyear bush wheels with hydraulic brakes. So I'm gonna get those all mounted up. That's gonna be fun to do. But yeah, let's hop to the shop and I can show you some more stuff. All right. Again, in the teaser, there's the tail feathers. So rudder, vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer, trim tab, everything, it's all intact and it all looks really good. There's all the other control rods and junk down there, and all the both seats, including the rear seat, which has a gas tank attached to it. But this is going to be the heart of the beast, and a beast it will be. This is a 2000, so same year as the plane, 2000 Honda CBR 600 F4. So it's the carbureted version, which is just fine. I don't mind adjusting carbs every once in a while. But the engine as it sits is about 100 and, I think they said 110 horsepower. But it's going to be at 12,500 RPM. So the max torque is made at 10,500 RPM. So that's going to make it probably about 97 to 100 horsepower. And then there's the giant fan that's going to connect to it. So that should be fun. But now that I'm seeing it, that might be a wrong, that might spin the wrong direction. If so, we'll get a different one. But that's an Ivo prop. That was what was on the airplane. And they're rated up to 100 horsepower. So this could be a crazy performer. But the downside is the transmission and the engine don't separate from each other. But I'm going to use that to my advantage and just use my transmission as my gear reduction. Because why not? And I'll also use the clutch to my advantage, so when I start the engine, the propeller can stay still. But now I get to figure out where all these vacuum lines and everything else hook into. It came with everything it needed to run, except for a couple sub harnesses, like the ignition sub harness, and it even came with like the key thing and that whole bit. So that actually will just attach to somewhere on the plane, and I'll just use that because it's there, and why not? I might just pull it apart, rewire it, and do like a simple push button thing. But other than that, yeah. So I'll show you the landing gear if I can hobble my way around. We're kind of trying to clean the house out, so I got a bunch of crap in my shop. But you can see here, those are the gear legs, and they're heavy. They're solid steel, solid spring steel, that is. This sucker here was bent. It went from the bottom, and where this dark patch is here, it bent like this. It takes a lot to bend spring steel. So I took it to my local machine shop, and they very quickly heated this sucker blazing hot and straightened it out for me. So shout out to Lethbridge Machine Shop for doing that for me. I'm gonna definitely use you guys for doing more on the engine side of things, propeller hub, all that jazz, and probably axles for those bush wheels. But yeah, so they straightened that out. It's retempered, it's ready to go. So I'm gonna prime everything up. I don't know what color these are gonna be. Probably black, along with the airframe. And then yeah, so that should be good. So yeah. So yeah, that is what's going on with that. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun here.